So welcome to Boxing Media Hub, sponsored by Falcon Contracting and boxbets.co.uk. And with me now, I've got Connor Adaway. How you doing, Connor?
Yeah, all good, thank you, mate. All good.
Good. Thanks for coming on. Obviously, we had Chris on the other day, but now we've got the younger, better-looking version.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, exactly.
Like, no hesitation at all. Straight in. Yeah, of course. Well, it goes without saying. But, yeah, off to a good start in your career, mate. 6 fights, 5 wins, 1 knockout.
Yeah. It's going well so far, mate. I had a little setback last March when I fought for the Southern Area title, but I've learnt a lot from that fight. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm ready to push on now, and yeah, I think in the long run it'll be that setback will probably be the best thing to happen to me.
Yeah, and a tough fight. To be fair, mate. A tough opponent. But as I say, before we get to that one, obviously debuted, was it October 2019? Seems
Yeah,
ages ago now.
2019. Yeah,
Ages
it's
ago.
mad, mate. Yeah, it seems like yesterday, mate. To be honest with you, yeah, it's mad to think how long it's been and what's happened in between. You know.
And I bet the feeling walking out for that debut must have been special.
Oh yeah, especially because I got to do it in front of my hometown. You know, boxing's not massive down in Plymouth, so yeah, the fact I got to get my debut in down here was it was amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely. And as you say, you've got on since then. That was Jules Phillips, and then you obviously had the break, but that was COVID, wasn't it? Which kind of
Yeah.
hit everyone. October 21, you came back. Was it Raymond Comey, wasn't it?
Raymond Comey, yeah, Raymond.
So yeah, you've just sort of shot through. As you say, you kind of hit Frimpong, should we say? And he is tough. There's no doubt about it at all.
Yeah, he was much. To be honest with you, he was much tougher than I thought he was. If I'm honest, I was so confident in beating him. I know, like boxing, you should be, shouldn't you? At the end of the day, but I had no scenario in my head where I lose that fight. And yeah, he was much tougher than I thought he would be. And he had my rib in the first round, which sort of like didn't help me for the rest of the fight, you know. But yeah, Lewis was a great fighter. Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was like hitting a bowling ball when I was hitting his head, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a tough fight.
So have you watched it back? I assume you've watched it back, and you've kind of analysed and said, look, well, I could have done that, could have done the. As you say, that's your chance to learn, isn't it? Your chance to sort of look back and go, do you know what? I don't really look at it as a loss. I look at it as, what do I get right for the next one?
Yeah, of course. And the main thing with the Frimpong fight is, like at the end of the 10 rounds, I felt like I still had gas in the tank, and I think I may have just. Whereas seeing as it was both our first 10 rounders, I don't know why. I probably had in my head that we were both going to go out there and sort of like, I don't know, like tackle each other for 6 rounds and then start fighting. Do you know what I mean?
I admire your honesty.
Yeah, no, he came right at me from round one, and yeah, it was a bit of a shock to the system. And I think maybe like the occasion, it was my first time as an away fighter. Everyone was against me, and I felt good at the time, but maybe on the night it did get to me a little bit. But I've had that experience now, and I know I'm a 10 round fighter. I'm more than a 10 round fighter, so I know for next time just to start fast. You know,
So how old are you, Connor?
I'm 25.
See, so we're young. We've gained early experience. You've had your stoppage. You've had points wins as well. So it's you've had a good mixture, haven't you, already? So you've gone for a title, and it's no mugs title, is it? Southern Area,
No,
tough
no.
title, very tough
Yeah, of
title.
course. Yeah, and
Um,
I mean, I fought for titles fairly early on in my career as well. You know, and that's what I'm about. That's what I want to do. I want to be fighting for title. If I could fight for a title in my next fight, I would. I'm not. I don't really want to be fighting journeyman or anything like that anymore. Yeah, I'm up for all the big fights now.
yeah, and you've got, what is it, your next one, 10th of February Coming up, I'm just going to say the first name because the second name no one knows. Paris.
Yeah, he's pulled out now. So
Oh, so,
yeah.
so is a replacement coming?
Yeah, replacement's getting sorted as we speak. Yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare because he trained for one style, and that was a good fight. It was a good fight, and I would have loved to have spoke about that fight today, you know. But
Yeah,
who knows? Maybe we can. Again, he's got a good record. Maybe we can get that on somewhere down the line.
we'll go with that. We'll just point to the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you and us, Chris as well. He had some right old names on that resume, and you look down and you go, "How the hell am I going to say that?" And he just went, "That's all right, mate. Just yeah, it was a good fight."
Yeah.
But yeah, here as well. Would you want the rematch with Lewis Frimpong if the opportunity arose?
Yeah, somewhere down the line, maybe. To be honest with you, featherweight isn't my weight division, and the reason why I took the Frimpong fight is because I was so confident in beating Lewis. Um, Maybe weight classes are there for a reason, and I've realised that now. So really, I'm looking to go down to bantamweight eventually, um, but even super bantamweight, like, I can make comfortably. So, but maybe somewhere down the line, because I would love to share the ring with Lewis again. He's a top bloke, and I really respect him. But I still think I'm better than him. I still think I could. On my day, I'll beat him. On my best day, I'll beat him.
Yeah, yeah, and as you say, that's the fight. They're the fights you learn from. You know,
Of course, yeah.
difficult, sticky situations you get stuck in, and you think, oh, if if you keep on going, I know you gain the confidence, you gain the momentum, but at the same time, you almost think if you come unstuck later on in your career, is it harder to take it? Do you know what I mean? Is it
Yeah,
harder
of
to
course.
take a loss when you're further down?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Maybe, yeah, obviously, I hope to not. I don't want to lose again. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to be in that position. But I
Let's say
generally
you've
think,
tasted it now, haven't you? You kind of
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've tasted defeat, and it was obviously the first time I've lost in years. I haven't lost that was my first loss as a pro, and I haven't tasted any defeat since the amateur days. Do you know what I mean? So it sort of give me that feeling again of like I forgot what it felt like to lose. And yeah, I'll tell you now, it's not nice, and it did affect me for quite a while. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a win under my belt in this next fight. So because that feeling's sort of still there. Do you know what I mean? My last fight I lost, and that was almost a year ago. So yeah, I'm still not happy about it, but I am looking. It's given me more fire to win my next fight.
yeah, use it, mate. As I say, that's the best way. You can see some people sort of fade and go, I don't want this anymore, and you've got to put it into your training and say, well, actually, I'm better than that. I'm going to go again, and I'm going to prove,
Yeah, of
that
course.
was a slip, and I'm going to go again.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, exactly, 100%.
Yeah, someone's Jam's written here. Chris is such a lovely fella, as is Connor, by the looks of it. And I wish them both all the luck in the world. My bro Connor, big up man from Chris, from Sam at SWS Boxing. But yeah, as I say, you've got good family support, mate.
Of course, yeah.
Your partner sticks with you through thick and thin, and that's what it's about, mate. If you've got those people around you, they're the ones that pick you up when you're the first one to get critical of yourself.
Of course, yeah.
So, good team, good family around you.
Yeah, mate, I've got great people beyond me, and the good thing about it is they do all believe in me, and they see that, like, my team, my trainers, they didn't just want to like give up and think, oh, that's it for him. They said to me straight away that my career will not be defined by a Lewis Frimpong loss. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, exactly.
that's the first thing, and that's the first thing they said to me, and yeah, it really picked me up. So yeah, you're right. I've got great people beyond me.
Connor, you're 25, mate. You're 25. You're not old
Yeah,
like Chris.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're 25, and you've got a long way ahead of you, and you've got a great career ahead. To even get a title shot at that point in your career is great anyway. So take the credit there, mate, that you even got yourself into that position so early on.
Yeah,
I think
thank you,
that's a
mate.
real
Yeah,
positive.
of course.
How did it feel to get the first KO in the pro game? Was it against Jules Phillips?
Yeah, it was amazing. I remember it because I saw I put him on the floor with a body shot. He went down from the body shot, and then I was trying to pull it on him, and I sort of hit him on the break with the referee, and I was about to get a telling off by Chaz Coakley, I think it was. Yeah, I was about to get a telling off. I didn't even know they threw the towel in, so it was sort of a bit of a delayed reaction. Do you know what I mean? And I'm looking at my corner thinking, "Oh shit, I'm in trouble here." Do you know what I mean? But I look back and yeah, they threw the towel in. But yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, yeah. Especially like I said before, in front of my hometown,
Yeah,
putting on a good performance. Yeah, it was class.
mate. I'm sure you did them all proud, and as a boxing fan yourself, what fights are you looking forward to this year? Because obviously, boxing is now booming, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's in a good place. I think it ended well in 2023, and now obviously, like I was saying to Chris as well, the Saudis have now come in. They're chucking the money out there, and they're making the fights happen that people want to see. That's the great thing.
exactly. Yeah,
What do you
like
want to see, Connor?
well, yeah, the Saudis coming in. It's. I don't think any fights off the table at the minute. Do you know what I mean? Like any fights they say can happen. You know, um, the Frank versus Eddie card. Sort of
Yeah,
that's the one where I'm thinking like who could they put up against each other? Do you know what I mean? And there's too many to even think of. I can't even one doesn't spring to mind because there's too many you can think of. You know. But even not in the with the Saudis when Joshua Buatsi and Dan Aziz, I'm absolutely buzzing for that fight. They're
yeah.
two great British fighters, and I suppose it is good that there's still big fights going on in Britain, you know. But I don't mind it going to Saudi because prime time TV here, you know. So yeah, the Saudis coming in, they've made it amazing.
Yeah. Well, as you've said it, Dan Aziz and Joshua Barazzi, who you got in that one? Because that is for me,
Yeah,
it's an absolute barnstormer, isn't it? They're both technically
amazing.
gifted.
Yeah.
They've got the power. They've both grafted the way through. Who you got, Connor?
Well, I followed Buatsi a long time. I remember watching him in the Olympics and thinking
Yeah,
he is going to be an absolute superstar when he turns pro. And but don't get me wrong, he's done well as a pro, but I just seem more drawn to Aziz nowadays. I really like the guy, and Buatsi seems to have just. I don't know. I just feel like Aziz has got more personality about him, and yeah, he's a bit more like fun to watch for me. So it's one of them. If I had money on it, I'd probably say Buatsi, but I'm hoping Aziz. I'm hoping Aziz will win. Yeah,
you just cover both bases.
yeah.
Fair enough. We've obviously got Ash Lane, who's part of the channel here. He's got his fight against Chris Borg for the British title. That's going to be a cracker as well. As I say, there's it from sort of the bottom of the card up to the main eventers. There's some cracking stuff going on. And as I say, Connor, you're in there. You're in boxing at a great time. Opportunities are still going to come your way. As you say, you're 25, mate. This is
Course,
just the
yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, exactly. And for me at the minute it's just about getting back out, getting a win under my belt, and I will fight anyone next. I don't really care who it is. I would love to fight Chris Borg. I'd love to fight Ash Lane. I'd love to fight any of these guys. I've called out Lewis Roberts a few times. I don't think he wants it though. I'm not. I'm sure he's. I think he might be fighting Jack Hughes again. But yeah, I honestly want everyone in the division. So yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping the phone call's going to come at some point, and they've got me a big fight against a big name. And yeah, I'll take my opportunity next time.
Yeah, as you say, get this next fight, get that W again, and then you're back up. You're back in there.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all it
exactly.
takes. It's one fight, isn't it? And you can be back in with a chance at a title again. But honestly, Connor, I wish you all the best. You're a top lad.
Thank you, mate.
I know how hard you work. Chris said, yes, you are, you know, better than he is. You're destined for good things. And, you know, to hear it from someone who's been in the game, he's been in with some really good names as well. And he looks at
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
with really high praise. I think that's always a lovely thing.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, you've just got such a nice mentality, Connor. And
Thank you, mate. Yeah, I appreciate it, mate.
yeah, you're gonna go places. Just believe, mate. Believe in yourself.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, yeah, of course.
But yeah, honestly, Connor, thank you very much. As I say, people need to get onto his socials as well. Connor, what socials are you on? You're pretty much all of them, aren't you?
I am on Instagram at Conor Adaway Boxing, and yeah, just Facebook really. So yeah.
Yes. So follow him on those guys. Get behind him on his career. He's going to go and do big things. Going to get the W in February. Whoever gets put in his way, and then he's back in the contention for those titles again as to where he should be. So Connor, thank you very much as always.
No problem,
and
mate.
I'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers, bud. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care, mate. God bless.